You're locked into the Grizzly Digital Network. It's time for Grizzlies Live. Now, let's go live to the voice of the Grizzlies, Matt Mahoney.
Politics.
Sounds good.
Watch the debate.
Welcome, everybody, to Grizzlies Live at Newk City. You never know when we're going to drop in here. We're joined by head coach Steve DeCou. Coach, how we doing?
I'm doing great. How are you today?
I'm doing good. We're doing it's a busy day for the crew. They don't get enough airtime, but it's a busy day for the crew. We're going to pack up this show and head out to women's soccer tonight. So
should we just, I leave and they can come and you can interview these guys?
Yeah, absolutely. They probably have
like
more
that?
telling story than any of us do today.
Sometimes you don't want those stories told though.
That's true. But the Grizzlies, fresh off that 2-week, your Grizzlies, fresh off that 2-week break, were kind of the almost halftime of the season, the midway point. Grizzlies hit the road, turned it into a big gritty 3-2 win. What was your assessment of their performance?
That was a good performance. It's been some of the same in that we played a great first half. Brian, though, then came back and put together a couple good goals, got themselves back into it. But what I was really pleased with was our response. I mean, there were some certain things that we've got to improve on, and that's what we're addressing this week. But the response of the guys, the field was wet. It was very muddy. It was soft. But that didn't really affect either team. It did take something out of your legs. But I was very pleased with our performance and how we responded.
I feared the worst. Watching from home there, we got up 2 goals and then that slippery slope in the second half. What's the difference between winning at Bryan and responding versus
Martin Methodist? Let's be brutally honest.
Yeah, two different halves of Martin Methodist.
Unfortunately, I think there are times you've got to go through the trials and tribulations of losing a game like that, especially with a young team. And the interesting part was, I mean, Martin Lugo scores, and I know we're going to talk about him later, but Lugo scores a header off a corner kick, which that's the last person you'd expect, right? I'm being brutally honest. That's not his best attribute.
Yeah.
But as soon as we scored, the guys started yelling at each other in a positive way that, hey, let's go, it's not over. You know, Callum Morty was the first time I've heard him respond vocally, you know, telling the guys, hey, this isn't good enough, we've got to finish this thing out. And that was our response to that. Whereas the Martin game, we were kind of just blasé, lackadaisical. This game, there was a sense of urgency that we know we don't have, the margin of error is very slim right now, and we need to get some results. And so that's what made that result great. And now let's turn it into, get another one on Saturday.
You're talking about Martin Lugo. He's GGC's second all-time leading goal scorer with 25 goals, 3 shy of Tom Butler's record. But retracing his season so far, Southeastern, then AUM, now Bryan. Does Lugo have the theatrics for the late game heroics?
He always has, yeah. And he's shown it again this year. He's had his moments where he's not probably played as well as he would like to. But I think just recently and really it's the front of the team has really started to respond. Sammy coming off that ankle injury, gets the first on Saturday. John Connor, I mean, what a goal.
Yeah.
He just skinned a couple defenders in a great finish. John's got 4 out of 5. But yeah, it's Lugo, it's the front of the team that's really given us that push to improve. Grizzlies
right now in the season, 6 wins, 3 losses, 3 ties. Just got bounced out of the top 25. Are we trending in the right direction?
I think so. If Saturday's any indication, if the training sessions we had the 2 weeks leading up are any indication, it was that punch in the gut, so to speak, on the Martin Methodist game that woke us up.
Yeah.
We know we went into the Bryan game saying it's the second half of the season. We've got to get a number 2 seed. Big game Saturday against Florida National, but then if we're allowed to look past that, we go to play a neutral site game against Thomas, number 8, and that's the one thing we need are some signature wins. Bryan, I think, was the first of that. People are like, okay, they went into a difficult place. I talked with Rio Grant, number 1 in the country. He said Bryan was probably one of the more difficult games they had to play. So people understand the quality of a Bryan opponent. I mean, they won yesterday. They're at 7-4.
Right.
Florida National is a 500 club, or they're 5-6-5.
And they played a really tough schedule. There's a lot of common opponents we've seen on the top 25.
Yeah, a lot of common opponents. So we got to work cut out for that. I mean, to me, that's almost going to be another Talladega type game. Team's going to be all Brazilian for the most part. They're going to be very good on the ball, and we've got to make sure we show up with the right mindset.
Before I let you go here, you guys have done great on the field and maybe even better off the field. Recently, you guys have teamed up with this program called Team Impact. Tell me what's going on with that, and we got some activities planned for tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow we're going to have a press conference. We're going to have an official signing. Team Impact is a not-for-profit organization that works with kids that have life-threatening and or chronic illnesses. And so at teams, instead of just a one-time we show up, shake hands, You know, we basically are going to sign these two brothers. And these two brothers have chronic illness that, you know, they've had a lot of struggles. And so it's great from the boys' perspective, they get to be a part of a college athletic program. I was just doing a little research before I came over here. There's about 400 and some children who are dealing with about 70 schools in 43 states. And so the children are adopted, are signed by the team.
Sure.
And so now the children get to be around college athletes, and they get to be encouraged by being around heroes, so to speak. But on the flip side, it helps the team because now you get to see some resiliency. You get to see the strength that these little guys have to go through, and it teaches them life lessons off the field that, you know, in some ways, be thankful that you're a college athlete and you've been blessed physically and you've been blessed to be where you are, and it gives them a different perspective. And so, you know, tomorrow the press conference will be 3 o'clock in team meeting room 1, and so if anybody's around, you're more than welcome to come out and be a part of this. It's going to be a quick ceremony, but we're going to sign these two brothers, and they're going to be now permanent members of the GGC soccer family. And it's not just a one-time event. I mean, they've come out to practices. This isn't going to be something that after tomorrow we don't see them again. We're going to be involved in their lives, and they're going to be involved in our program from here on out.
Just a wonderful thing to get involved with, Coach. It's a great thing. We're looking forward to it. We'll have coverage of it on the Grizzly Digital Network. We'll put together a little video package. They're going to be at Saturday's game, hopefully, as well. So be on the lookout for that package coming in next week. Steve DeCou here on Grizzlies Live. I'm Matt Mahoney. We're going to take a break. We'll come back and have head women's soccer coach Chris Kouns right here on Grizzlies Live in Newk Eatery on the Grizzly Digital Network.
Hello, I'm Dr. Darren Wilson, Director of Athletics at Georgia Gwinnett College. Here at Grizzly Athletics, we pride ourselves in our 5 core values: service, leadership, sportsmanship, responsibility, and the pursuit of excellence. Our mission is to develop lifelong leaders of character through academic and athletic excellence. We hope you're enjoying today's broadcast, and we thank you for your support of our program. Go Grizzlies!
The Georgia Gwinnett Grizzlies compete in the heart of Gwinnett County in Metro Atlanta. The Grizzlies currently field 6 teams and compete at the state-of-the-art Grizzly Athletics Complex. Georgia Gwinnett College is transforming higher education and celebrating 10 years since its charter class in 2005. As you plan your next trip to see the Grizzlies, log on to grizzlyathletics.com and select the Visitor's Guide. From driving directions to local points of interest and a listing of our proud sponsors, log on to grizzlyathletics.com. It's time to gear up, Grizzly fans. Right now, you can find all the latest Grizzly gear to support your team by visiting the Georgia Gwinnett College official bookstore inside the Student Center. Or simply shop online anytime, anywhere by visiting ggc.bncollege.com. From hats and t-shirts to jackets and one-of-a-kind collectibles, you can find it all with the official GGC bookstore. Plus, on game day, be sure to swing by the merchandise table at the stadium. So pick up your favorite item today and show your Grizzly spirit. Go Grizzlies!
Hello, I'm James Williams, head athletic trainer for the Georgia Gwinnett Grizzlies. Thanks to our friends at Gwinnett Medical Center, your Grizzlies receive first-class, quality health care right here in Gwinnett County. With daily hands-on recovery and state-of-the-art training facilities, the Grizzlies spend more time on the field than they do on the bench. So get in the game, Grizzlies, with Gwinnett Medical Center in Duluth and in Lawrenceville.
Hi Grizzly fans, this is Ned Colgrove, Assistant Athletics Director for External Operations. Are you interested in helping offer a championship experience for every single one of our student athletes? Come join us in the Grizzly Club. You can call me directly at 678-407-5241 to learn more, or see our Grizzly Club information online at grizzlyathletics.com. There you can check out our member benefits like game tickets and insider events, plus make your online donation. We can't wait to have your support of our student athletes and welcome you to the Grizzly Club.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Coach,
How
looking good, man.
I tell you what, I'm trying to pick up the style.
You got the memo. I like it. We just gotta get you got a white belt on? You gotta get the white
No,
belt?
I don't wear white very
That's
well.
all right. Fair enough. We're all learning.
Yeah.
How we doing, Coach?
We're alive and kicking.
We are well, and we've survived a roller coaster of the last 7 days. Let's start with last Wednesday night, Talladega.
Yeah.
How did the team do with that hour and a half delay? I mean, they get dressed, they're ready to go. Officials are there. We're just missing an opponent.
Yeah, I mean, to their credit, they like to be relaxed. So it was fairly easy for them. I think that I was much more concerned than they were. I think they were like, okay, well, we're gonna relax and play a little bit, and then we'll go have a game. But I was very pleased with the fact that we were able to overcome, because that's a difficult start.
Right. And the Grizzlies made history, not one, but 2 hat tricks by 2 different players. Sam Thomas and Dominique Fletcher. Let's start with Sam. She gets the nod for the AI Player of the Week as well.
Yeah.
What does it mean for her to go through, again, this season of change and adjustments and then kind of catch the fruits of her labor a little bit?
Yeah, I think that was great for Sam. I mean, Sam works very hard, and I think that from my understanding is she hadn't scored in a little bit. So for her to be able to tally 3 of them, it was a really nice reward. I think that she's worked all season long and definitely was deserving. At the same time, Dom is very similar. Dom has been dealing with some medical issues all fall and has just recently begun to be able to play. And I think for her, she was beginning to get a goal here, a goal there. Well, now she pulls the hat trick, and it definitely makes up for her feeling, I think, a little bit left out at the beginning of the season.
Yeah, and for her, how much when you first saw her in camp, did you go, she can score goals? But has it developed because of injuries? And then how good for you to sit there and be like, that's one of the weapons I need to go?
Yeah, it's been a great thing. I mean, and even scoring against Cumberland the other day, it's the fact that Dom finally starts to feel good. You can see it. Mm-hmm. And we could not see it. We really couldn't, because she was dealing with those gastrointestinal issues. And I think that says a lot about her character.
And now the bad news. I don't know if I've ever seen a 180 like that before. Winning 10-0 at home, then dropping 10-1 on the road to Cumberland.
Yep.
The inconsistency continues for this team, just up and down the roller coaster. Is that our biggest enemy, is our own selves right now?
We are, absolutely. I mean, we've proved when we played, now number 4, William Carey at their place, we came from behind twice, we can play with those teams. But unfortunately, we had some injuries, which is not an excuse.
Right.
But without Jessica Beasley and without Tiffany Rodriguez and Nicole Rodriguez really playing, we needed people to step up. And so the consistency that those 3 normally bring was just not there.
And that's right down the middle of the field.
And it was right down the middle of the field. And unfortunately, Cumberland is very good. Cumberland got off to a rocky start because they graduated 9 seniors last year. But they're going to be, you're going to see them very quickly in the top 10.
For the Grizzlies now, turn things around from Monday to tonight. Would you rather have that quick turnaround or a couple days of practice after a loss like that?
That's a hard question.
Yeah.
I think that for their sake, I think it's good that we have another game quickly, because they have an opportunity to prove that, that was a one-off. All right, we can fix this. And we're coming home. We haven't lost at home. We haven't won on the road. So the consistency is at least there in that part. And hopefully that consistency will continue.
Well, I know last Wednesday we talked about what do you do between now and game time? Or do we get the scouting report ready to go? We still waiting on phone calls?
Yeah, actually, I just emailed it to you, so you have it for the package this evening. And I think it's going to be a very tough game. They're athletic. They like to run at people. They could give us some real problems if we don't do a good job of defending as a group.
That's a great example, if I can real quick here. You guys think I know everything. That's not the case at all. I get great information from guys like this and Clay Trainham that gets put into the broadcast. So I know I get a lot of camera time, Coach, but behind the scenes, man, working hard, I greatly appreciate it.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Head women's soccer coach Chris Kouns. We're going to take a break. We're going to have a special guest for you. Head softball coach Kat Ihlenburg right here on Grizzlies Live at Newk Eatery on the Grizzly Digital Network.
Hi, I'm Dr. Ian Potter, Assistant AD for Internal Operations at Georgia Gwinnett College. This year, we are proud to implement Be Great, our new student-athlete development program designed to help student-athletes develop the skills necessary to be successful leaders inside and outside of the classroom. In addition, we are launching the Grizzly Leadership Academy, which provides comprehensive leadership training to a select group of high-potential student-athletes. For more information about our student-athlete development programs, visit grizzlyathletics.com. Enjoy the game and go Grizzlies!
Hi Grizzly fans, this is Ned Colgrove, Assistant Athletics Director for External Operations. Are you interested in helping offer a championship experience for every single one of our student athletes? Come join us in the Grizzly Club. You can call me directly at 678-407-5241 to learn more, or see our Grizzly Club information online at grizzlyathletics.com. There you can check out our member benefits like game tickets and insider events, plus make your online donation. We can't wait to have your support of our student athletes and welcome you to the Grizzly Club.
Hello, I'm James Williams, head athletic trainer for the Georgia Gwinnett Grizzlies. Thanks to our friends at Gwinnett Medical Center, your Grizzlies receive first-class, quality health care right here in Gwinnett County. With daily hands-on recovery and state-of-the-art training facilities, the Grizzlies spend more time on the field than they do on the bench. So get in the game, Grizzlies, with Gwinnett Medical Center in Duluth and in Lawrenceville.
The Georgia Gwinnett Grizzlies compete in the heart of Gwinnett County in Metro Atlanta. The Grizzlies currently field 6 teams and compete at the state-of-the-art Grizzly Athletics Complex. Georgia Gwinnett College is transforming higher education and celebrating 10 years since its charter class in 2005. As you plan your next trip to see the Grizzlies, log on to grizzlyathletics.com and select the Visitor's Guide. From driving directions to local points of interest and a listing of our proud sponsors, log on to grizzlyathletics.com. It's time to gear up, Grizzly fans. Right now, you can find all the latest Grizzly gear to support your team by visiting the Georgia Gwinnett College official bookstore inside the Student Center. Or simply shop online anytime, anywhere by visiting ggc.bncollege.com. From hats and t-shirts to jackets and one-of-a-kind collectibles, you can find it all with the official GGC bookstore. Plus, on game day, be sure to swing by the merchandise table at the stadium. Pick up your favorite item today and show your Grizzly spirit. Go Grizzlies!
Hello, I'm Dr. Darren Wilson, Director of Athletics at Georgia Gwinnett College. Here at Grizzly Athletics, we pride ourselves in our 5 core values: service, leadership, sportsmanship, responsibility, and the pursuit of excellence. Our mission is to develop lifelong leaders of character through academic and athletic excellence. We hope you're enjoying today's broadcast, and we thank you for your support of our program. Go Grizzlies!
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're joined by head softball coach Ihlenburg. Coach!
Hey, Matt.
What are you doing on a Wednesday in October?
Happy fall. Well,
Yeah.
you know, picking pumpkins, going to festivals. Oh, and trying to get my team prepared for the spring.
There we go. Before we get to this fall and this spring, take me back. Did you have a chance to kind of celebrate that AI championship after the season was over?
Yeah, you know, it was a magical run in May and late April. It really was fun just watching those girls find their footing and take off, and the perfect send-off for the great senior class that we had that spring. And to say sit back and celebrate, you know, you enjoy the moment and you look at it and go, that's a positive point, but I don't think we sat back too much. We got right on the recruiting trail and brought in some really talented Grizzlies for this spring.
Starting that momentum and just carrying it right over to the fall.
Absolutely.
Have you seen a new level of confidence from the Grizzlies this fall after the championship?
I'm not going to call it confidence because you have to develop yourself to become confident. I will call it a level of competition that's going to hopefully elevate us to that next level. We really focus on everything is a competition, so we do funny training stuff from sand volleyball to handball to just compete. And then of course, we're out there doing X's and O's and trying to get the girls a little more game savvy so that we can achieve those things that we're hoping to.
Is there a goal for the fall? Because I know there's not wins and losses. Maybe you can judge it in the weight room, but how do you judge success in the fall, the off season with the regiment?
Absolutely. We really find our success in the ability to work together. So there's going to be hiccups that happen and off the field stuff that happens. You know, we had an incident this weekend where one of the girls was in a little car accident. To hear the team come together over those things and the emotion that it brought together for them, it's the most painful thing as a coach to hear, but it's the most beautiful outcome that could come from such a little incident that shook us all. And they're all okay, they're fine, no problem. But
Yeah, you got me nervous there. Breaking
Of
news.
course.
Is everybody
yeah,
okay?
No, we're all good. We're all
Okay,
good.
all right, fair enough.
But those really are moments where you kind of find your identity. Who cares about who? And everybody was there for each other. It was really an incredible moment.
Speaking of caring, we can always find your Grizzlies out in the community,
Yeah.
volunteering their time and volunteering their efforts. Give me an idea of what the Grizzlies have gotten to already this fall.
Our real goal for the fall in our service is getting people involved in our program. So we brought 2 middle school groups on campus. We worked with them for 3 Thursdays in a row for an hour and a half each night, ran practices for them, showed them our facility, talked to them about our program. And that really set the tone for what we're trying to give back, of inspiring and uplifting the community, our core purpose. And then we've done the Georgia Race for Autism again, and the Special Olympics. And those events, they don't get to necessarily be the one carrying the flags, but it's their time. It's their time that people go, I can't let this operate without you.
Right.
You are the one who's out here in the rain, in the cold. Both events were rainy, both events were cold, but they were out there as a group building.
Can you, speaking of building, I mean, you're setting me up beautifully here,
yeah.
two in a row. Speaking of building, what's next for Grizzly softball? Is there a goal set yet? How do you get there? Where's that thought process at right now?
The goal is very definitive of continuing to defend the fortress. It became a great rallying cry last year, and maybe you fine tune it because every year is different. But when it came to defend the fortress, that was home. So now it has to be defend the program, and that means when we go on the road, which we struggled last year, we need to be better at saying Grizzly softball takes no prisoners. And we want to make sure we show teams that we're coming for them.
I'm fired up. I'm ready to go already. Softball is it's got to be right around the corner for you.
It is.
Or is it not far enough away?
No,
Do we need more time?
I count weeks when I try to talk to the athletes, and we are on the 14-week mark, which you go, 14 weeks, that's a ton of time.
No.
Oh, it's not.
No.
Not at all.
Well, Coach, thanks for dropping by. Greatly
Matt.
appreciate
Great to
it.
see
Good
you.
luck this fall.
Thank you.
We'll take a break. We'll come back, put a nice little bow on this show. You're watching Grizzlies Live at Newk Eatery on the Grizzly Digital Network.
Hi Grizzly fans, this is Ned Colgrove, Assistant Athletics Director for External Operations. Are you interested in helping offer a championship experience for every single one of our student athletes? Come join us in the Grizzly Club. You can call me directly at 678-407-5241 to learn more, or see our Grizzly Club information online at grizzlyathletics.com. There you can check out our member benefits like game tickets and insider events, plus make your online donation. We can't wait to have your support of our student athletes and welcome you to the Grizzly Club.
Hi, I'm Dr. Ian Potter, Assistant AD for Internal Operations at Georgia Gwinnett College. This year, we are proud to implement Be Great, our new student athlete development program designed to help student athletes develop the skills necessary to be successful leaders inside and outside of the classroom. In addition, we are launching the Grizzly Leadership Academy, which provides comprehensive leadership training to a select group of high-potential student athletes. For more information about our student athlete development programs, visit grizzlyathletics.com. Enjoy the game and go Grizzlies!
Hello, I'm Dr. Darren Wilson, Director of Athletics at Georgia Gwinnett College. Here at Grizzly Athletics, we pride ourselves in our 5 core values: service, leadership, sportsmanship, responsibility, and the pursuit of excellence. Our mission is to develop lifelong leaders of character through academic and athletic excellence. We hope you're enjoying today's broadcast, and we thank you for your support of our program. Go Grizzlies!
The Georgia Gwinnett Grizzlies compete in the heart of Gwinnett County in Metro Atlanta. The Grizzlies currently field 6 teams and compete at the state-of-the-art Grizzly Athletics Complex. Georgia Gwinnett College is transforming higher education and celebrating 10 years since its charter class in 2005. As you plan your next trip to see the Grizzlies, log on to grizzlyathletics.com and select the Visitor's Guide. From driving directions to local points of interest and a listing of our proud sponsors, log on to grizzlyathletics.com.
Hello, I'm James Williams, Head Athletic Trainer for the Georgia Gwinnett Grizzlies. Thanks to our friends at Gwinnett Medical Center, your Grizzlies receive first-class, quality health care right here in Gwinnett County. With daily hands-on recovery and state-of-the-art training facilities, the Grizzlies spend more time on the field than they do on the bench. So get in the game, Grizzlies, with Gwinnett Medical Center in Duluth and in Lawrenceville.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, here to Grizzlies Live. We're joined by a couple of Grizzly fans here that are in restaurant that are going to tackle our Grizzly trivia question. What's your name?
Julie.
We've got Julie and
Kelly.
Where are you guys from?
Atlanta.
Right here in Lawrenceville area or Gwinnett County?
Not originally, but we live in Lawrenceville now.
Well, glad to have you here. And earlier we talked about Martin Lugo, who is chasing Tom Butler's all-time career goal. So, Colin, go ahead there. And so what we want to know is, what is the record for most goals scored in career? And I'll give you a hint. Tom Butler does have that record. So we got a multiple choice for you. Is it A, 18, B, 25, C, 28, or D, 35? What do you think?
C28.
C28. What was we got a little help there.
No, I think it's 28.
28? Colin? is correct. Tom Butler did it all in one season, 28 goals. So we've got a Grizzly prize pack for you here. So you can hold on to that. It's got a T-shirt, poster, stress ball, and then, of course, we got you 4 tickets for the next home game, okay? Thank you very much. Can I get a Go Grizzlies?
Go Grizzlies!
Go Grizzlies!
Thank you very much. I greatly appreciate it there. Julie and Kelly are part of our show. Clay, jump on in there. Appreciate it. You guys go back to your lunch. Enjoy your lunch. We won't keep you any longer. So big shout out to them. They got the question right. We look forward to seeing them perhaps tonight as Chris Kouns and Grizzly Soccer take on Reinhardt. 7 o'clock at the Grizzly Soccer Complex. We'll have the pregame show for you at 6:45. Steve DeCou and the men's soccer team, they'll be back in action this Saturday at home as well. Kickoff versus Florida National is at 1 o'clock, and we'll have that pregame show you right here on the Grizzly Digital Network at 12:45. Anything else, Colin? Oh, big shout out. Chase Hodges, Grizzly Tennis, heading to Sumter, South Carolina for the ITA Small College National Championship. The NAI portion starts tomorrow. Stay glued to our website, grizzlyathletics.com. We'll have the Twitter working, the Facebook. We'll keep everybody updated all day long. And a quick plug, there's a GDC Grizz Tennis Twitter account. We'll have updates for you as well. So log on to both those and stay tuned Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. We'll even have updates for you on the broadcast as well during the men's soccer match. Tamara, thumbs up. Colin, he likes it. Everybody else there, Marissa, Robert, working hard as always. Appreciate everybody tuned in here. We'll talk to you guys tonight, 6:45 right here on the Grizzly Digital Network. I'm Matt Mahoney signing off saying so long, everybody. This is the Grizzly Digital Network.
We'd like to thank our corporate sponsors for making today's broadcast possible. You can watch archive broadcasts and feature stories in the On Demand tab of the Grizzly Digital Network. For the most recent information, log on to grizzlyathletics.com.